What's up, everyone? Jagr XIII. Merry Christmas! And I have a special treat for all for your Christmas Day pleasure. It's my Jagr Christmas special. Top 5 games of 2010 for me. And you know what? This is my third take, and hopefully this one goes better than the others. So let's start with the 3 games that were close but did not make it. And I don't have this game because it was a downloadable game, but if you guys see my recent playthrough with XIII Detonation, that was one of those games where it was really an awesome game to play, especially when you play with a friend, but it just didn't make it for me. You know why? Because if you play the co-op first and then play the single player solo campaign by yourself, it doesn't have the same feel as the co-op did, because you're playing with your friends, you're talking to them on the PlayStation Network, or like me and Zero was doing it on Skype, and we have no one to talk to, so it just wasn't as interesting. It wasn't attention grabbing after the second mission. So it was a fun game, but it just wasn't as exciting for me. And the next game, the second game that just didn't make it for my top 5 picks, was Final Fantasy XIII, believe it or not. Great story. I didn't get a chance to finish it, but the story was actually pretty good. Linear, I don't care. The graphics were OD. The combat system was great. The music was, as always, awesome for an RPG. The one difficulty was pretty high. Like, there was the AI was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like easy, you can breeze right through it. With so many games out this year, I just could not put this on my top 5. That's not to say the game is bad. I love the game. I really think I really recommend this game to any RPG fan. But with all the other games I played this year, and I just couldn't put this in. And the last one, the third one for the 3 games that just didn't make it, was actually the game that GDN Entertainment, Rich, actually likes. That's right, Fallout New Vegas. The game is awesome. I recommend Fallout New Vegas and any Fallout games, but the only problem with Fallout Vegas for me is the ridiculous amount of bugs and freezing. Like, I had to restart my PS3 like 17 times throughout the course of playing it, because the PS3 just froze on some parts, and even after restarting it in one section, it freezes again. So it was crazy. It got me pissed off, but I'm a true gamer. I don't let that shit really interfere with the enjoyment of the game to a degree. I overlooked it, and I pretty much enjoyed it, and I still recommend it. Although I do hope Obsidian Games fixes this shit, because it's kind of annoying, and I know not many people like me who can overlook things and enjoy the game as it is, but the bugs and freezing, it's a no-no. Sorry. I have one game I'm gonna get to later that didn't make the top 5, or the 3 games that just didn't make it. It actually has its own list. But to start off with the top 5 games of 2010 for me, and the first one is going to be a first-person shooter, Battlefield Bad Company 2. For me, the online is just fucking awesome. Addicting, continuous amount of support for the online multiplayer. The fact that it gives you, the fact they just updated it last Tuesday on the PlayStation Network and the Xbox Live for the Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam mode. And prior to that update, the Onslaught mode came, where it's a 4-player co-op, up to 4 players co-op, where you and your buddies or whatever play with each other to tackle several different missions against AI enemies that increasingly gets difficult throughout progressively. I didn't play that, or I didn't play the recently Vietnam, but I heard great things about it, so definitely top 5 for me. The other one, number 4, I actually made a playthrough of it. It's probably one of the only games you'll probably ever see me do role-playing in, and that's Dragon Age Origins Awakening. I'm actually kind of shocked and at the same time disappointed that Zero did not put this on his top 5 games. I'm pretty sure he didn't do that, but this is like quite possibly one of the best expansions to an already great game of Origins. continued exactly where I left off in terms of the choices and people who I made the queen or king, whatever. And fantastic game. The reason why I left this on the playthrough list is because it was unique. I roleplayed, changed my voice, I made up moves for my different attacks. It was probably the only things I actually was pretty happy at that. Even though the quality was over camera, I was pretty much really excited about that. Really good stuff. So that's number 4. Number 3 is none other than our female witch Bayonetta. And I have to tell you right now, this game was just full of awesome. Action-packed, over-exaggerated combat, fast-paced, filled with fan service stuff, with beautiful, oh man, I keep doing that. Beautiful Joe, whatever you want to call that shit that Hideki Kamiya made. Fuck that. This is the 3rd time I make a mistake on that name. Beautiful Joe, yeah, something bullshit like that, I don't really care. Anyway, that, with Okami, with Devil May Cry 1, with Resident Evil 1 or 2, with the, if you play that game and you play those other games, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Quite possibly one of the best action games in January 2010. I didn't beat the next game coming up, and this one is the other one that you guys should know already gonna be on my list. God of War 3, baby. Man, I really do think God of War 3 was awesome, and I know the ending disappointed a lot of you people, but I saw the ending coming miles away. I called it way before this game released, and you know what? I'm actually happy about the outcome. I'm happy that the protagonist did not live towards the end. It's kind of a spoiler, but you know, I'm kind of glad because, you know, all he wanted was redemption from his past and his memories to be erased for what he did to his wife and kid, and yet he got tricked and by Ares, and you know, because of him getting the thing that supposedly enabled him to defeat Ares, he just got himself screwed over more after not only becoming the God of War, but at all Mount Olympus turning on him. The game story is just deep, and I really love it a lot. Was it perfect? No. It wasn't perfect, but I'm telling you right now, it was damn near perfect. Graphics, sound, music, epic boss fights. You fight fucking Poseidon in the first fight you end up being controlled. You're on top of Gaia, the Titan, and you're fighting Poseidon, the King of the Sea. Like, are you for real? I mean, that is crazy. And God of War 2 had his epic fights in the beginning, like the Colossus, and God of War 1 with the Kraken. But yeah, no, not the Hydra. I'm sorry, not the Kraken. Sorry, my fault. But yeah, God of War 3 definitely deserves to be number 2 on this list. Now, the real shocker. The real shocker, people. And believe it or not, this is a real shocker for everyone who's been following me. The number 1 game of 2010 for me, not even kidding you, is none other than Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Woof. Not even kidding you. You know why it's number 1? I'll tell you why it's number 1. 1, you have 3 different playable characters to play from. 2, you have to play as all 3 in order to get the full ending. So technically you have 3 playthroughs you have to go through. Proud mode, which is the toughest difficulty in the console games, is mad hard. And there's even a higher difficulty above that. This game's as tough as nails on Proud mode, but you know what? I enjoy it still. I still haven't beaten the game because I'm trying to level up more. But, man, I love the combat system. It's just awesome. It's a little bit like the consoles, but kind of have this same thing with the card system and Chain of Memories. If it's nothing like that, but you'll see some similarities to what I thought it was when I first played it. But it's nothing like it there. It's just awesome. Really good stuff. You can forge a D-Link with several different players like Aqua, Ven, Maleficent, alright, and Pete, Hercules, when he wasn't a big beefy guy. And I'm telling you, this is a true prequel to an awesome game as Kingdom Hearts 1. True prequel. I'm telling you guys right now, you have to play this. It's a must. If you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, you gotta play this. You gotta play this on the PSP because it's just mad OD. True prequel to the ever sense of the word of Kingdom Hearts 1. True prequel, and it is awesome. Like, I did not expect this to be as awesome as it was, even though I was hyped enough to want to play it. Oh, this game just makes me wish for Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm not even kidding you. True prequel, a lot of good stuff. Talks about what happens before Kingdom Hearts 1. There's even a spoiler I'm going to mention right now, but there's even a part where Terra goes right back to Destiny Island, and it shows you how or why Riku was originally the chosen one for the Keyblade. I'm not going to go into what happens, but let's just say he talks to Riku and they do some little swearing on the Bible oath crap. So yeah, so a lot of good stuff. I still have to play with Aqua and Ven to really get the full entire ending, but I love Terra. I just love the game. This is the #1 game of 2010 for me. You guys may have a different list, and you know what? That's awesome. I want to hear your responses to this video. Could be long, could be short. Even if you just comment on my video, just please tell me your top 5 games of 2010. If you think maybe God of War 3 didn't deserve it, maybe Bayonetta didn't deserve it, or Battlefield Bad Company 2 didn't deserve it, that's good. I'm open. I want to hear your picks, your top 5 games of 2010, because I'm a gamer, and I wanna interact with my subs and my new subs, my future subs. I want everyone to tell me what they loved about 2010 for them, what games they enjoyed playing, what their top 5 is, because everyone's gonna be different. And for me, Birth by Sleep hit it right on the head for me. It was a no-brainer when I started playing and I got really deep into the game. The first playthrough you go to with one of the characters is actually short, but since you have to play with 2 other different characters to get the full ending, it kind of adds all that time up, and eventually ends up being like over 15-20 hours worth of great stuff. Then it has the fights, and there's another place you can go to where you can have fight and level up. It's kind of like the Coliseum tournament type things, but it's nothing like that. It's a similar function. You fight hordes of enemies, you can level up and all that stuff into like 3 different stages and matches. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, #1 game of 2010 for me. Now, all the other games I picked up this year, there was one game I picked up which was on my list, but I never had a chance to actually play it as much until this month when there was a dry spell of gaming, and I have to admit this one will be given a new category for the end of this video. And right now the end of the video is here. This is going to be the random game of 2010 that could be top notch and could also be part of the top 5 games of 2010 for me, but I couldn't. I had my set 5 and I wanted to go with it. So this is going to be, as I told you, the random unexpected game of 2010, and I'm going to mold it into this video towards the end. And this game is none other than Darksiders. I'm surprised at how good it was. Like, it definitely does feel like Devil May Cry and God of War in some sense, but I definitely understand what Zero meant by some similarities to Zelda. Although I personally don't really think it's actually a similarity. I mean, it doesn't feel like Zelda to me. I mean, there's some stuff that Zelda had, but in my opinion, Zelda wasn't the first game to have this stuff, and I'm not going to delve into what it is, but one of them was the little grapple hook thing you get. That was kind of similar to Zelda, or every time you finish a puzzle, it goes boom. Like, it has like a little hymn saying, "Oh look, you did it right," or little collectibles that you have to get a beholder key and unlock certain doors, you know, stuff like that that kind of remind you of Zelda. The horse riding, even though it's kind of nothing like it, but yeah, I have to admit, Darksiders was definitely a surprise game of 2010, and it deserves to be the last part of this video. So, without further ado, that's it. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. And, hope Santa gets you a lot of good stuff. Monday, I'll be uploading me and Zero are going to be uploading the last bit of, the Dead Nation playthrough. I think we have 12 more to go to upload, and I just hope everyone's enjoying that game because it was really awesome to do, and I can't wait for Killzone 3 and whatever else happens in 2011, because I'm telling you right now, online co-op, if Killzone 3 has online co-op campaign, you know damn well who's going to be making that video. Me and Zero. We're doing an OD style, we're going to be owning everyone. And Uncharted 3 we're going to be doing, hell yeah. And if by some random stroke of luck that Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim also has online co-op, or just co-op in general for the story mode, I guess online co-op would be it, since we're not really in the same area. Man, that's the one thing I thought Oblivion was missing. Co-op. If that has co-op, we're going to be doing that too. Now we're going to be uploading it on my channel. Zero has tons of projects he's doing on his own. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this long video, and Merry Christmas. And have a Happy New Year.